that a little better angle? I think it might be. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna shut the windows here so we can chip a little bit of pine. This stuff here is pretty good. I don't know how bouncy that is, but cab's a little bouncy, but it's not as bad as the 27. Oh, come on, girl. I got one fly in here that was driving me crazy. Okay, there's two. Might be three. I don't know. There's flies everywhere in here. I wonder how this angle works. It looks good. Can you see the Ariats? Oh, there they are. Oh, you're way up there. Never mind. There's a curlicue. This pine's been pretty good. That's an exception to everything. So maybe go down more or no. That one was a ugly one there. Somebody commented that's Scotch pine. Yeah, I know. Maybe I misspoke before. But this stuff here, it looks much different than it does out here than it does on camera. It looks like 100-foot poles, but they're really not that tall. That stupid fly. So we loaded her up with chain last night, did knives, got her all ready to go. She's debarking really well. Got everything cranked up. You kind of got to have her a little different than when you're doing these beautiful popple trees. Everything doesn't have to be perfect, and they're big long poles and there's no limbs on them. When you do this kind of stuff, everything's got to be perfect. Now the poles, there's still some little poles out there. It's a little better. A little better. Well, there's an ugly one. So let's do a little bit of talking here. Thanks so much for tuning into that chipper guy. What we do here is we run a wood chipper. Yeah, chippers. We got three of them we run. Fun. Anywho, here's the thing. I made a comment a couple weeks ago, and a couple people got all up in arms about it. And I made a comment about our governor in the state of Michigan. Okay, and people said, lots of comments. Well, I didn't have lots. I had a few comments that said, please don't get involved in politics. And then I had a lot of comments that said, we know exactly what you mean. Comments / emails / private messages. Okay? / Facebook messages. Okay? Because I said something about our governor being useless or being bad. Now let me talk to you real quick, because everyone's like, oh, don't talk politics. Please don't talk politics. I'll go to another channel. Go ahead, I guess. I don't know. So let me give you, for instance, the last election, there was a certain YouTuber that was telling people how to vote. Okay? And I didn't like it, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched any of his videos lately. But I still follow him on Instagram. He hasn't come to my feed because I don't watch a lot of them. I still, like I said, on Instagram, he doesn't believe what I believe, doesn't vote for what I vote for, but he makes good content. So therefore, we can have differing opinions on who to vote for, and I'll still watch his stuff and look at his stuff. Nothing wrong with that. We can all be adults here. But I wanted to give you some background on why I said the stuff about my governor. And I just made a couple little jabs. And if you're not from Michigan, you might not understand. I believe that Michigan is the only state that requires athletes to wear masks. My son is having to wear masks while at practice. Okay? And I'm going to give you an explanation here in a second. I believe we're the only state doing that. I won't make any comments on something that doesn't affect me personally. I'm not going to make comments on the governor of some other state because it doesn't affect me. But when I make a comment about the governor and her decisions, it's because they personally affect me. Let me give you another example. We go out to eat with my family many times. We went out 2 weeks ago. We don't go out to eat a lot because of the COVID. We went out 2 weeks ago and my family had to sit at 2 different tables because they weren't allowed to take parties over 6 people. I have 7 children. Okay? I'm sorry, but that is ridiculous. We all know it. We drove there in the van together, but we can't sit at the same table because of the rules they came in with. And they wouldn't even let us sit tables next to each other because you can't sit tables next to each other because of COVID. You got to be spread out by a table in between us. Okay? So let me tell you, I'll just tell you what happened. All the kids got what they wanted to eat. They ordered some crazy stuff because they know actually what happened was a waiter was at their table while the waitress was at our table because this is ridiculous again. And some of the kids ordered a lot of food, but a couple of them got Sprites and one of them got chocolate milk. Needless to say, that waiter, they all drank all of their drinks. That waiter brought them refills. And they drank all those. And guess who didn't eat any food that day? Not one person at the table ate their whole meal. And they weren't that huge of meals. But one of the children barely ate any of her meal. We'll give you a little. So I don't talk about, I would never tell you who to vote for. That's not, like some people on YouTube have. I'm not going to tell you that. But when it personally affects you and your family, I've shared many in-depth things with my family with you guys. So therefore, when I get frustrated on something like that, I'm going to share it. Okay? And I might make a comment here or there. I'm not going to apologize for it. Okay? And then, we haven't heard anything about Trump 2020 on here or whatever, but I don't know if we have anything there, but again, that same thing there. If it doesn't affect me personally, have an effect on me, I'm not going to say anything, okay? And that's the same scenario, is it does have an effect on me. Who becomes president has a very personal effect on me, okay? Anyways, when one says he will wipe out the income tax permanently, that's a big thing to me. Okay? Anyways, and I won't go into the rest of it. I'm not going to make it a political video. I just wanted to explain where I was coming from. Like, certain things affect me personally. And it might get brought up on the channel because we have been through a lot on this channel. A lot more than other YouTube channels. And there's other YouTube channels that are going through stuff right now that we didn't have to go through. It's weird sharing your life with people, and obviously you can't keep everybody happy and everybody on the same page. So, get that spout straightened out, the one right up in that front driver's corner. Now this baby full. The wind's coming at us, which stinks. It's the worst wind. Because when the wind's coming at you, that means that it's blowing everything off the conveyor that's fallen off. All the fine little pieces of Scotch bark blow back on the chipper. Oh, hush you. Oh, conveyor. We got her. She beeps at me every now and then. I just wanted to talk for just a minute because we had people upset. Make a couple comments. Then we had some say you're right. So look at this stuff. Just gorgeous. Some of it's good. greatest. Chipped worse. Chipped a lot better. Oh, come on, did we get her? Yeah, nope. But again, there's no logs in this stuff. You can't make anything out of Scotch pipe, lumber-wise. You put it in a kiln, you saw it up, put it in the kiln to dry it out, and it comes out all not solid. So you can't do anything with it. So therefore, the best bet is to put it through a chipper. And we're actually maximizing it by putting it through here. Spin out a little bit farther there. We're actually maximizing it because we're not using it just for energy wood. We're actually turning it into a product board. So we're winning big time here. We're always winning. I'm not tired of winning. That's ugly. You always get a nice straight one after you put something like that through there, and let her go through there quite a ways. And then put a nice straight one in there. That'll push the other one through. Now you wait. You make sure that the straight one goes through. That's the key. Once the straight one's going, it's not stopped, you know you're good to keep going. That ugly tree is gone. Then you just keep feeding her. It's just that simple. Easy. But you gotta be quick. The shorter the timber, the faster you gotta be, because it goes through the chipper faster. So it's like, you guys gotta kind of be on your toes. Makes it a little more work, but there's no foot pedaling here, which is nice. If you've ever run a foot pedal in forestry equipment, I'm sorry. The foot swing is horrible on a chipper because you're going back and forth, left to right, so much. It's nice to have it in the joystick. So that's what's happening today. This is the last load of the day. We've been at her for a while. Chipper got greased today. Been pretty good. Oh, sorry. My apologies. There's a tall, straight one. Beautiful. Couple decent ones. So where the straight ones come from and the crooked ones come from? The crooked ones, there's like 2 different spots of pine here. One of them's out in front of us, the other one's over here. The stuff that grows on the outside, them outer limbs can get to the sun. Therefore, the limbs grow out. The timber, the trees in the middle of the clump of woods, like this one, the limbs can't grow out because there's no sunshine. So it goes straight. And all you have is a limby little top. So that's how you get ugly ones and good ones. The ugly ones, you just seen a couple of them. These are the ones that are in the stand. Nice straight, no limbs, little small top on it. Get out of there. See that stick? Oh. Oh, hush. Anyways, thanks for watching. I gotta open up the windows. It's hot in here. I have no AC, no heat. Just keep rolling.